human potential. Now, when we think of potential, is the ability of a thing to do greater, do more. And I often talk about the potential, but I want to put that a little bit more into context. Now, there are a lot of things that are humanly possible, but not humanly sustainable. And anytime I use the word, um, capacity or potential, I'm talking about what is able to be sustained by a character, not something that is short lived and then lost, something that is permanently gained and then moved forward with. And this is what I mean when I talk about the potential. So often we will have tasks of stress where we think the best thing to do then is to push through this stressor, um, so that we make it out on the other side, and in that way becoming a little bit more job hard, a little bit more stronger, a little bit more purposeful, and we continue on. Although in life we might go through challenges that require something like this, the idea is a restoration process must happen after that challenge. We must reconnect mentally, physically, and emotionally with ourselves. We must be able to address the wounds that were caused by that challenge so that we don't perpetuate the same circumstance to happen again. Life has a funny way of rewriting the script. Every time we go past that challenge, we'll hit it again. And each time that we don't restore ourselves in that challenge, a greater challenge will come. And this challenge will have more burden on us till we're forced to uh, really reflect and have this kind of restorative process manually happen to us, as opposed to us choosing to make that change in understanding. The body is very adaptive and will always find a solution using all the skills that it has at its disposal. However, these things can come at high costs if we're not able to overcome something in a healthy manner. Right? This is generally where a compensation comes in, and we don't particularly want to live our whole life with multiple compensations, because this means that we're moving further and further away from who we are truly as individuals. If I am defending myself against life, I'm not able to embrace life and enjoy it. If I'm always looking over my shoulder because something bad's going to happen, then I'm really just living in fear. And that is not much of living. That is not the enjoyment of the whole thing. That's not what we want in the end. So, in this way, we have to be a little bit vulnerable after that challenge, but in a safe place with guidance so that we can appropriately uh, gain what we need to learn from that experience, and therefore having a greater wisdom if we go back into an experience that is similar, and being able to negate the negative effect of that scenario on ourselves and on others. If we don't do a good job taking on the challenge ourselves, we generally will push a certain kind of energetic burden onto the people around us, and they may or may not be able to withstand that kind of pressure, depending on their own um, connectiveness with their three healths. So I just wanted to point that out and really highlight that, so um, we keep it in awareness when we go through the understanding of what self care is and the actual practical version of doing self care.